There's nothing better than cash. So why do you need a bank account? You know that as well as I do that it's the corporations who want you to have a bank account. But as you know, unfortunately, as you can tell, banking, if you say it's moving on to everything online, everything transferred here, transferred there, less checks, and less cash. So, and cash is your demon anyway, because you don't some of it is you don't bank, as I know, because I was one of you guys once, and I used to keep. I call it. You hear me call it commercial. Why do I call it commercial? Because it's 24-hour access. No pin necessary. No queuing. No going outside. Where's the nearest ATM? You just lift up your mattress or in your bottom of your sock drawer or underwear drawer, and it is there. I call it commercial. Now, there's nothing wrong with commercial. However, when it's your business, any money that comes into your business, as you know, your partner in crime, the Inland Revenue will want to know about it. So therefore, where do you keep your money? Well, there's certain places you can keep it, and one of them we know is the financial institutions, the money laundering institutions. Yes, they money launder. If you don't remember, somebody's a big money launder. And recently, the guy, remember this week, the big guy got done buying drugs. Yeah, so they're normal people, and they're called banks. And you own a part of the bank, which is Barclays. I don't think you do own it because I went in there. So I'm gabbling on first. I went in there the other day, and I said, "Yeah, hi, can I have a cup of coffee, black coffee, please?" And they all went, ha ha ha. They all started to laugh, blah blah blah. I said, "Yeah, can I a cup of coffee?" And they, the laughing stopped a bit, and they were looking around like that. This guy's crazy. Is he gonna pull out a gun? Yeah. I said, "Yeah, I'll have a black cup of coffee with 3 sugars, please." And then they stopped laughing and looked at me, and I said, "Yeah, I own part of this bank, don't I? Because that's what the government said, that I own part of this bank, so I just want to come." You don't own nothing. You don't own any banks. Yeah, they just say that. If you did, you wouldn't have sold Northern Rock for what you did. Yeah? Did you get any of that money? Exactly. However, when it comes to banks, you've got choices. It is best if you have a business bank account to input your business money in. Ensure that no personal money goes into that bank, because when it starts getting all hazy, the Inland Revenue has access to your personal bank account. So anything to do with your business, keep it business. Yes, that you could also open up, as we were discussing earlier, a savings account as well, where you can put a proportion of your income into that savings bank account. But ensure that both of these accounts, the business one and or the savings one, is separate from your personal one, because the personal one will do stuff relating to your home, to any outside stuff, to cosmetics, to all sorts of items of expenditure and income which are unrelated to your business activities. Therefore, they have to be kept separate. Now, when you're paying yourself, I suggest do not make any transfers. Now, some people, I don't care who they are, they'll tell you transfer your money, your wages from your business account to your personal account. And I'm telling you, try not to, or don't pay. Use a check and pay yourself a check. Why is that? And this is my reasoning. If you get an investigation in your bank, an investigation, they always go for the bank statements. On your bank statements, you'll have items of expenditure, and then you've got items of transfer. If you transfer to, say, a bank C, they have now got a trail to Bank C, and they can now ask to see Bank C because it forms part of your business bank account. Bank C will be your personal, perhaps. Now they've got access to your personal. Now they've got access to your personal. Any transfers in or out, they can now ask to see those accounts. So therefore, as you can see, any transfers in and out, they have access to those as well because they are part of that account. So I hope you can see that. So part of your business, if you transfer to your personal account and they're doing an investigation and they see a transfer to that account, they want to see that account as well. So to avoid that, pay yourself by a check. So there's just a check on on your bank statement. Now, because it's business, yes, you will be faced with charges. These bank charges are going to be claimable in any case. Years ago, I used to say, well, forget about getting a business bank for your, even though you might be doing a few hours personal training, forget about doing that because of the charges. It doesn't matter because once you make money, you'll be paying those charges. They're claimable expense. And what I want to do is to avoid you being exposed in your business account and in your personal account because they will have access to it once there's a connection. So, yeah, bad times. Please keep it separate. The savings account is where you will put a proportion of your income into that savings account. Now, yes, at this point of time or juncture, you will actually not know how much to put away. So, for your reading pleasure, I've made a thing called a Ready Reckoner. Now, you'll find this Ready Reckoner on my website under resources, under downloadable spreadsheets. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll see, Ready Reckoner 11, 12, 13, 14. That will apply to the tax years. So this tax year we're into will be 13, 14. So, and the last tax year will be 12, 13. So you'll have 13 and 14. Have a look at that, and that will show you how much you will need to put away for any level of income up to £3,000 a week. I think I did it. I have to go and check. But at any level of expenditure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 700, 1, 2, 3 grand, there'll be an amount to put away in for your national insurance class 4 and your tax. So I spent the boring time, doing that boring work for you, yeah, so that it can be nice and easy for you to just go through. So you've got your business account, you've got your savings account. It's not a savings account really. It's just you're putting it away so that you don't get what's that word now? You spend it. Yeah, you spend it when the money comes in. You spend it. Yeah, so it's to avoid temptation. Yeah, avoid temptation. Whatever money comes in, do it on a regular basis. Any money that comes in, put money into that savings account so that when the year end comes and you're doing your tax return and then the amount of tax is revealed to you, your tax liability, you then have the money tucked away already. Yeah. What I haven't done is, I think, accounted for payment and account. Now, payment and account is advanced tax. What is payment account? Once you go over £500 for your national insurance and your tax, you will then have to pay advance tax for the following year. And the amount of advanced tax and national insurance you have to pay is equivalent to this year's. Yeah. So if your tax and national insurance this year was £1,000, you will have to pay £1,000 for next year. So you will have to have 2 grand sitting down in your bank account ready to pay. Yeah. So how do you do that? Whatever you put away, just put away a bit more. Yeah. Or double it. Yeah, that's if your tax goes over £500. If not, you at least you've got some money on a savings account. Just put down there. Yeah. So, business account. Make sure everything business goes in there. Please do not use anything in there for any personal expenditure. Once you're doing that personal expenditure, they can then have access to whatever they like. The government have given them carte blanche powers to go into anything they feel is necessary, not what you think is necessary, or what they feel is necessary to conclude any investigation. They will go into your account, any account that is connected to it, your parents, your brother, sister, lover, whatever, anything connected to it, they can ask you to go into it. Yeah. Now, in saying that, I believe that when they ask you for a year's amount of bank statements, they've already got it already, because the government have given them access to all the banks, so they can go to the banks and they can get it already. Yeah. So bank accounts are very important because it will trail your income and it will trail your expenditure. You can actually tell a story by just rolling down somebody's bank statements. Yeah. So again, keep your bank statements, keep them in chronological order. One, two, three, four, five. Listen, some of you guys are very busy. I know that, and you've got bank statements unopened. Get used to opening them and just putting them in a folder, in date order, in number order, just so that you can refer to them. Because basically, by the time your bank statements come, you've already spent two, three, 4 grand, or 3, 4 grand has already come into your account. I know that. So that's where your online accounting or online bank statements come from. Or now you could have your stuff on your phone, which is great. You can transfer money, which again is quite simple. Transfer money. Be careful transferring into your personal stuff. Write a check so that and then write a check and then relate that check to your wages, something like that. Yeah. So business, do not mix any personal stuff in there. Savings, saving for your tax, and your personal, do not allow any business expenditure out of that. Yeah. So that's a nice kind of summary of the banking side of your business.